Hey KBs, on this episode of Barbie and the Caveman, I'm just gonna make dinner. Sorry. So I'm going to do a really nice double pork loin roast with all kind of autumn flavors. Now, of course, I've been carving up this pumpkin, and that's a lot of pumpkin. So of course I'm gonna incorporate it into the roasting of my pork. So I'm going to start, of course, with some of this chopped pumpkin that I have been working on. I'm just gonna dice it like I'm roasting it and throw it around the pork. And not, of course, very much because I want to use, of course, a lot of other flavors as well. So here we go. So here's the pumpkin. Ooh. So here's the pumpkin around the pork. And then next, of course, I'm gonna use apples because apples and pork were made to go together. So I have some beautiful Honeycrisp apples that I am just chopping. I've already cored them. And I'm just going to tuck them in amongst the two pieces of pork because the way the Honeycrisp really develops in the heat, they will hold up nicely in the heat first off, but secondly, they impart a nice sweetness to the pork that not much else can possibly do except adding sugar, which I'm not gonna do that. Here we go. There we go. So here we go. Here is the pumpkin and the apples. The last thing I'm going to do is add a carrot and some celery. Now I'm just going to kind of roughly chop. I'm going to split the carrot in half and roughly chop it and just kind of layer it on top. Of course, just to give another layer of sweetness. Because I don't know, do you really think of carrot as sweet? I kind of do. In the world of celery, which I'm also going to cut in half and roughly chop to lay around on the pork. And I'm going to use probably 2 full stalks of celery. Of course, no leaves, just kind of the white of the celery. All right. So here's how it looks so far. Now, I am going to use, of course, some sea salt. Quite a bit of sea salt. Probably 2 heaping teaspoons. Going to use some freshly ground pepper medley over the top. Probably a full tablespoon, quite a bit. Then, a little bit of just black pepper, just a tiny, tiny touch. Garlic, about a teaspoon, just to sprinkle over the top. Ginger, about 1/4 of a teaspoon, just to give it a little bit of sharpness. And balsamic vinegar. Surprise, surprise. I'm going to coat each of the pieces of pork in the balsamic, and now the oil. Just going to drizzle some olive oil over the top. Now notice I lined the pan. I did a long sheet and then 2 vertical sheets. So here's what we're working with. Now I'm going to tuck in the end, tuck in the sides, tuck in the other end to make a little packet. Now I'm going to put this in the oven at 425. I'm going to let it cook quite a while, about 45 minutes. And then I'm going to check the pork, cut into it to make sure that it's, of course, white on the inside or just hardly pink. Remember, it's the other white meat. So you really do want to cook it for, through and through, but not overcook it so it's dry and a little gravy. So here we go. I'm going to pop it in the oven at 425, and I'll show you when it's done. This is a super easy dinner you can make on the fly. Hey cavies, sorry about last night. Really, as soon as the pork came out of the oven, it was like, ugh, the saber tooth attacked. So I just put the leftovers together so you can see what it looks like. A nice harvest bowl with some pork and some carrots and some apples and some pumpkin. It was delicious. So, hope you enjoyed it. From our family to yours, from our cave to your home, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Barbie and Caveman. I'll see you in a few more episodes.